Pearl Maniac, that's for sure. And I'm yelling like I've never yelled before.
Hey, babe, what are you doing?
I went to the thrift store the other day, right? I was looking for toys for the baby, and I found this DVD by this lady called Jillian Michaels.
Babe, no, she's a quack.
What do you mean she's a quack?
She's literally like the female Joe Rogan.
No, there's no way that I'm falling down a pipeline for the female Joe Rogan. She's just somebody who tells me how to lose weight and some smart ideas on things for me to eat.
No, babe, listen, I've opened a lot of tabs about this.
Oh, how many tabs have you opened up about Jillian Michaels?
Too many tabs. Remember to smile.
But welcome to Too Many Tabs. This is Quack Month, which is every August, Mrs. Pearlmania. She goes and does research about different quacks all across the history and the internet. And this week, she has brought me a quack that I did not expect. And that was Jillian Michaels from The Biggest Loser.
Yeah, because here's the theory. This is a theory I had going into this. I think Jillian Michaels is the female Joe Rogan.
Okay.
I think she did exactly the same thing Joe Rogan did, which was like pipelining people into the MAGA movement, but it went unnoticed because people ignore women and what they do.
Yeah. And I mean, she has a pretty similar track record, an early 2000s reality star who pivots into like podcasting and a bunch of other different things.
Yep.
And then all I know is that you've spent the last 48 hours walking into the room and going, if I have to hear this woman's voice one more time.
After this episode, I am going to block her, so I never have to hear her voice.
You're going to just block her across all socials?
Yes.
Which is, by the way, that is the way to take out a podcaster.
Exactly.
Block them across all socials. That's the way. It's how to snuff out their life.
There's so many episodes we've done about crazy quacks and people that do all kinds of terrible things that I haven't like physically gone and blocked them. Yeah. But I'm going to block Jillian Michaels after this because I never want to hear her voice again.
Oh, this voice right here?
All I care about is that your ass gets smaller.
There we go.
Okay, so to understand Jillian Michaels, I think I need to explain to you where she came from, right?
Thank you. I actually do need that because this is what I know of her.
Okay.
I know of that she was on The Biggest Loser where I think she was a trainer, right?
Yep.
And that's it. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe she was on like Biggest Loser and then she would show up in like fitness magazines or like Maxim or one of those like cover magazines every now and then.
Yeah, she was always on the cover of fitness magazines.
Yeah, exactly. And so
back when we had magazines.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing her face back in like 2004 or 2006. And then I'd see her, and then occasionally I'd hear her name on like Talk Soup on E!
Yeah. Oh my God, Talk Soup loved clips from her shows.
Listen, and if Joel McHale, if you're watching,
we love you.
You're automatically invited to this show.
So listen,
if you can fly to Pennsylvania, bud, I'll set you right here.
Yeah, bud. The Biggest Loser.
Okay.
Did you watch this show?
I never watched The Biggest Loser. And can I tell you why?
Go ahead.
Because I never really liked reality TV like that, especially competition reality TV. That's why now having Donald Trump be our president is part of my nightmare.
Yeah.
Because every day we live in a competition reality television show.
Yeah.
With cliffhangers.
And we're The Biggest Losers.
Yeah.
So The Biggest Loser was a competition reality show that ran for 17 seasons starting in 2004.
17 seasons?
It actually ran even longer because it just got moved to like the USA Network or something.
Okay.
So the show features overweight contestants competing to win a cash prize by losing the highest percentage of weight relative to their initial weight. So the show had 11 million viewers in the first seasons because it was so fucking popular.
11 million?
This was a cultural moment. People were obsessed with this show. And I cannot begin to express to our younger listeners how obsessed the early 2000s culture was with thinness. Like, growing up in this environment shaped so many millennials, the way that we think about food, diet, our body, thinness, all this stuff. It was a crazy time. And like, people were obsessed with this show because it really fed into the thinness. And when I was doing research, I found this picture from a tabloid from the early aughts. And I said, this explains everything about what it was like during this time in our culture.
Fashion victim of the week.
Yeah, so this is a picture of Mariah Carey, of Mariah Carey fame. And it says, oops, we forgot to put Mariah Carey in our, quote, fat thighs story. On those porky pins, the pop princess is no dainty butterfly. Her Vava Voom Versace couldn't be much shorter. It's barely bigger than a t-shirt. Why doesn't this suddenly single songbird just go naked? look at this woman's body, and they're calling her Porky. And she's the victim of the week because of her fat thighs. This is the world I grew up in.
Yeah.
Where they were like, this bitch is fat.
Yeah.
So like you have to understand the mentality of what we were going through as a society of women.
Which is why we had the backlash to it of the body positivity.
Yeah.
Because we had so much body negativity.
Exactly.
That was flooded our entire society. And this is the type of stuff, especially the guys like Donald Trump, also were pushing pretty heavily through things like his beauty pageants and the way he talked about people like Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
And other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So The Biggest Loser presents a regime of physical routines. The show focuses almost purely on working out. Like, the show itself is just about working out, and they really ignore food. Like, they're not talking about diet, nutrition, eating habits, none of that. Now, this would be them in the gym, on the treadmill, and then they're like lifting weights like that. But they'd have like these emotional backstories.
Of course.
The trainers talking to them. We're really humanizing them.
Oh, which you show for two reasons.
Yeah.
All reality TV shows, if you're ever watching a reality TV show and you get the backstory of someone, this is either who they're painting to be the ultimate winner, or they're about to eliminate. There's no in between.
Sorry.
Every time there's especially a background reality show television star, and you're watching a show and you're like, who's that lady in the background? And then finally she steps forward like, my name's Jessica, and I grew up with childhood diabetes, and my mama died of cancer, and so my daddy raised us until he got gored by a bull. Yeah. And you're like, oh, you're getting cut. You're getting cut this episode right now. They're sending you back to fucking Oklahoma.
Famously, there's like one episode of The Biggest Loser where this lady was talking about how she's like homeless because like her parents died, and like she's going through this. She's living in her car. She's not eating well or working out because again,
she's
living
homeless.
in her car.
Yeah.
And I think she gets eliminated like that episode.
Of
like,
course.
it's like
literally
crazy.
Right now in that show, The Biggest Loser was housing her.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I'll do the show. I get a bed for 7 months.
4 hots in a cot, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
3 hots.
4.
What do you mean 4?
I make friends. So
only you. Most people's vision of prison is that they're gonna go in and immediately become somebody's fish, and you're immediately like, I'm gonna get extra dessert.
I have my own self-esteem.
Yeah.
I don't need Jillian Michaels to tell me about it. Also,
or Jelaine Maxwell.
fuck that bitch.
Back to the chart.
No, put the chart down.
Chart out.
Put
All
it
right,
down.
right
Put
here. It starts
there
here.
There is no chart.
They're giving her work release. They're giving her work release.
Stop it. What if I promise you we'll talk about Epstein later in this episode? I
For
promise.
real?
I
For
promise.
real?
Put the chart down.
I
promise. Okay. So
this is my favorite. Okay.
So,
how the fuck did my DVD lady end up with Epstein? But we're gonna find out together.
Find out. So,
all right, keep explaining the show to me.
So we close with the vote. The ways are in. Their weights are in.
I thought it was just based on weight, though. But there's a vote too.
There's a vote. So the
That's
finals.
fucked up. How are you gonna do this?
The final segment of the show takes place in a dining room that is surrounded by refrigerators. So like picture traders, right? But all around the room is refrigerators labeled with each contestant's name. And when they open the refrigerator, there's a covered plate, but also is filled with all their favorite snacks and tempting foods. So like theoretically, they could just like grab a slice of cake or a Snickers bar because they're just in there, but they're not supposed to because it's temptation. Don't do it. And then what happens is the contestants facing elimination would plead their case to all the people like before they even get to the voting table. But there's usually like one last like, this is why you should let me stay. Because it's like the 2 last people with that didn't lose the most weight are usually up for elimination. And then the contestants carry out covered plates, like what's called a cloche over the plate.
Yeah. One of those things like a butler would carry back in like the Gilded Age.
And then they all sit down at the thing or stand up. It depends on what season. And then they pull the cloche off, and there's the person's name who they're voting off is there instead of a sandwich.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So this is their Survivor-style elimination.
Exactly.
So it really isn't about how much weight you lose. Mm-hmm. It's partially about that.
Yeah.
The same way Love Island isn't about love. The Biggest Loser isn't about working out or losing weight. It's all about relationships and alliances.
Yeah.
that you can then use and emotionally manipulating people.
Yes, absolutely.
Like this country.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
So also wait, and also I need to say this is a complete sidebar.
Okay.
I was when I was doing research about The Biggest Loser, I found out on the wiki page that Margaret Cho was a presenter on The Biggest Loser.
Really?
Which really it shocks me, but it doesn't, because famously, again, the early aughts were so terrible. She was forced by TV production to lose weight to play herself on TV for her sitcom about her life.
Yeah.
She was forced by TV executives to lose weight. Famously, she experienced kidney failure after being bullied into such a strict diet. She was hospitalized to play herself.
They were like, you're too heavy to be you.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. And I'm like, when I was writing this episode, it was like I was a teenager again, and I was just like, oh God, it sucks so hard. Anyway, the show made the personal trainers.
Wait, so Margaret Cho was the host. She was like the Ryan Seacrest.
She was like a presenter for one of the seasons.
Got it. But like a Ryan Seacrest
Exactly.
or like one of those other different ones.
Yeah, she did voiceovers.
Or what's the lady from Love Island who they just had the one who's Tom Sandoval's ex?
Yeah, it's incredible that you call her Tom
It's
Sandoval.
your fault. I don't remember her actual name. And when I watched her, I was like, she has the personality of a fucking piece of cardboard. All those people did.
I need you to know something.
I need you guys me watching Love Island.
Alex thinks Tom Sandoval's more entertaining.
He
than
is
Adriana.
more entertaining. We live in a fascist state. Okay? We live in a fascist. Our nation is occupied by the fucking military right now. We're recording this on Wednesday, August 13th, right?
Blah, blah.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell's happening in this country, okay?
Yeah.
But if I have to watch that boring lady get up there to present the Makeout Award, and the thing is like at first I didn't even realize how fucking boring she was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how Ariana Madix.
Yeah, Ariana.
I didn't realize how fucking boring Ariana Madix was until Meg Thee Stallion showed up, and then Meg Thee Stallion hosted the twerk contest.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Meg Thee Stallion has generational talent, not just for twerking, but knowing how to keep the fucking show going.
Yeah.
I watched Ariana Madix sit there, and it's clear that some producer is barking at her ear, being like, now don't make a face. Now you need to tell Huda to go sit down because you're breaking up her relationship with whatever boring guy's name is and moving her on to somebody else. Megan Thee Stallion was just like, Huda, baby, you got to sit down. She nailed it. She knew it. It was natural. But every time Ariana, she looked like a fucking puppet. I could see the producer's strings being attached to her. Okay? Margaret Cho, also a good host. You don't want to know why? She was a stand-up comedian for fucking years.
I know.
She knows how to work a crowd. She knows how to do all these different things. She knows how to keep the fucking show moving. You can't just keep taking pretty people and dropping them in because being pretty is not a talent in itself.
You are so wrong about that.
I'm so wrong that being pretty isn't a talent?
Being pretty is the biggest talent in the world. So this show,
We live in hell.
we do. The show made personal trainers Bob Harper and Jillian Michaels famous.
The Biggest Loser made Bob Harper
Yeah,
and
that's
Jillian Michaels.
what I said.
Yeah, I know. You just
Oh,
said
okay.
this show, and I was just
Got
screaming
it.
about 4 different shows,
Oh,
so I
yeah,
just
you're
want to
right.
be...
Okay, so I want to say this. Most notably, Jillian Michaels would scream and basically torture these people. So I want to play you a video.
Okay, because I just screamed a lot.
I
So I don't know
know.
how much I should judge
I think
somebody for
you're
screaming.
going to watch this, and we're going to see if you can judge her about how she treats the contestants on this show.
Okay, so this is Jillian Michaels.
Faint, puke, or die. Keep walking.
I like to push people very hard.
The only way you're coming off this damn treadmill is if you die on it. I don't care about makeovers. I don't care about your family. I don't care about anything. All I care about is that your ass gets smaller. You can only get off if you throw up. Start walking. I don't care if you both die on this floor. You better die looking good. Let's go. Back. It's a bummer. Guess what else is gonna hurt?
Everything! All you need to do is work out and eat right. And shut up and listen to me.
Go! Go! My only option is to just beat the crap out of him and hope for the best.
Yo, I hate her.
Yeah.
But also, like, why is she talking to people like she's a boot camp sergeant?
That's like her whole thing.
Yeah, but she's not. You're a personal trainer, but also, like, none of that. If she was screaming in my face like that,
Yeah.
like, you can't go 0 to screaming in somebody's face like that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe once in a while you could get, like, a little bit of extra motivation of, like, hey, but you've already worked him in a little bit.
Yeah.
I wish she was standing on somebody.
Yeah.
She was pulling. She put
another person on top of his weight rack and made him push it up.
She had, at one point, she had one of these.
Yeah.
These stretchy things.
Yeah.
Wrapped around somebody's waist. And was having them pull her like they were a sled dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was screaming, "Go! Go!"
Yeah. Well, I think this is the thing. We've talked about this in the past.
Yeah.
That there is no greater moral failing in this country than being fat. Because it's the one moral failing where, in the eyes of our society, you deserve to be mocked and tortured as a penance for this moral failing. Like, thinking of the 7 deadly sins, right? Pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, sloth. None of these are considered a big sin in our society where we would demand that this person be mocked and tortured while we cheered from our couch eating ice cream. But assumed gluttony, now that's the fucking sin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is torture porn. People enjoy watching these people be tortured, in my opinion. This is all my opinion. As someone who grew up in the early aughts.
Yep.
Another evil that I want to bring up real quick that Jillian Michaels put onto this earth and to make people suffer. And one thing I'm not going to forgive her for personally is she introduced low-waist crop leggings. You bitch.
Babe, we've talked a lot about food this episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a very food episode, which is why I want to talk about my favorite sponsor when it comes to food, Factor. And everybody knows how much I love Factor, especially because it has made my life so much easier. It's very difficult sometimes to decide what you want to eat and how to stay onto a good health plan.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to your food. And Factor makes easy, chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals that are ready in just some cases 2 minutes. Some of them are a little bit more. You can either pop them into a microwave, you can throw them in a skillet, and you're all set. There's 65 menu options to choose from each week, and we do that. We literally choose each week because it gives you a certain day. I think for us, it's by Wednesday, we go through the menu. You pick half, I pick half. We decide. That's how we kind of figure out how the week's going to look, and we get those together. It's become part of our marriage.
Marriage.
Right? And you know what? We want the Factor to become part of your marriage too. And you can eat smart at factormeals.com/too-many-50-off and use code too-many-50-off to get 50% off your first box and free shipping. That's code too-many-50-off at factormeals.com/too-many-50-off for 50% off plus free shipping. That's code too-many-50-off at factormeals.com/too-many-50-off for 50% off plus free shipping. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Before Mrs. P tells us more about the quack that is Jillian Michaels, I want to remind you guys that it's Quack Month. That's right, and that means that we have our new Honks Not Quacks Quack Month shirt. This is an exclusive that Mrs. P herself designed with designers from Bonfire that you can get right at the link down in the description below. Check out the shirt. We also have hoodies. We have so many different colors. I've been wearing the green one usually. This is a mauve. I also have comfort colors in pink and all these other different options. Go look at all the options that are available for you, including hoodies, crew neck sweatshirts, and if this does well, maybe we'll even add a tote in the near future. We've been seeing the comments, but with that being said, Mrs. P, it's time for you to get back to your favorite quack, the monster.
She's not my favorite.
She's not your favorite?
No.
But I've been losing a lot of weight.
No, you haven't.
To this
not
yoga
because
meltdown.
of her. It's not because of her. So let's talk about this fitness guru and alleged quack.
Okay.
Health quack. That's because, again, this is my opinion.
This is your
Based
opinion.
on my research,
yes,
I have decided, in my opinion, I believe she's a quack.
Okay.
Okay. She was born in LA in 1974. She's
Okay.
Gen X.
Okay. Gen X is all hell.
Jillian states she was overweight in her youth and used food to comfort herself.
You know who else said that?
Who?
Hulk Hogan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Her mother enrolled her in martial arts class to help her deal with stress. And this resulted in Jillian focusing on her health and wellness and fitness. This is another opportunity to use the Alex karate picture.
So one of the things is when you showed me that compilation of Jillian Michaels yelling at people, for some reason at the beginning they decided to show her doing a little Taibo style karate.
Yeah.
And awful backspin kick.
Wow.
When I saw it, I was like, that's not a very good backspin kick.
Wow.
That's just in my opinion.
Speaking of karate, I'm going to read a quote. I found this quote from an interview she did with Ladies Home Journal. Okay. This says, "There was a time when my parents were going through some shit.
Okay.
And I was sparring with my instructor, and he kept kicking me. I thought he'd stop if I'd cry, but the more I cried, the harder he kicked. And he was like, quote, "I don't give a fuck. If you don't fight your way out of this corner, I will kill you." And so I fought my way out of the corner.
Okay, so funny story. Remember in the last episode, I think it was the last episode, where I talked about being kicked through the door?
Yeah.
Almost verbatim what happened to me. And the whole time I was like, why are we paying for this? Why are we paying a man to beat the shit out of me
I know
like
why
this?
your mom paid a man to beat the shit
Because
out
if
of
she
you.
did it, she would have gone to jail.
Yeah.
But there's in those moments, I feel like there's the two. Which path are you going to choose?
There's two wolves that live inside of us.
No, I think there's a path. There's two paths in the woods. And some people go down and go, I want to be the person who kicks people.
Yeah.
And other people go, why do we live in a world where people kick people?
Well, here's the second half of the quote.
Yeah.
Michaels believes this approach is necessary for people who have been making excuses for their behavior all their lives, who have, quote, a negative dialogue going on in their heads. She said, quote, "You can circumvent negative thinking with fear."
That's not how, okay.
Quote, just the way a mother can lift the car off a child, it's like fear makes you live in the moment. Sometimes I need to intimidate a person, and then they do what I ask. And when they see they can be successful, it is the most amazing experience for them. I can use the techniques they have used to program themselves for destruction and program them for success.
Okay, so what you just described there is an abusive thinking.
Yeah.
That's you can circumvent negative thinking with fear. Number one is, like, I think a direct quote from the Sinestro Corps from DC Comics, the villain who fights the Green Lantern Corps quite constantly.
Yeah.
The way a mother can lift a car off a child is about adrenaline.
Yeah.
It's not about the fear of your child dying. It's about that entire moment and the pump of adrenaline that you can get that can make you do something that you are unexpected to be able to do.
Yeah.
But it's also, you're not lifting the car like you're I'm going to use another DC Comics, like you're Superman from the cover of Action Comics #1. You're lifting it like an inch.
Yeah.
But typically with the help of other people.
Yeah.
It's like fear makes you live in the moment, she says. Yes, again, that's the adrenaline slowing down time.
Yeah.
But this quote, this is the line that gets me. Sometimes I need to intimidate a person, and then they do what I ask.
Uh-huh.
That is the craziest fucking line I've ever heard. That's not, what?
Yeah.
I scream at, this is like Karen behavior.
Yeah.
She's she's Jim Karen.
Yep. So her fitness DVDs are the highest grossing, best-selling home workouts in history.
In history?
In history. She has made the most money on DVD sales for fitness DVDs.
Well, okay. The one thing I'll say about that is I think a lot of people forget that DVDs actually have the shortest life.
Yeah.
For sales. It was a big peak in like 2000 is when DVDs suddenly showed up everywhere. I want to say around 2000, 2002.
Yeah.
DVDs were everywhere until streaming destroyed them around 2016, 2018.
Yeah.
So you have about an 18-year reign of DVDs.
Yeah.
During that, at the height of them, she is on one of the more popular shows in America, The Biggest Loser, and is the face of losing weight everywhere.
Yeah.
And then these were also
The face of abs.
The face of abs. The face of losing weight, all those different things. And these were for sale. I also can't stress, these were for sale everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You would get them. You could go to Sears and see them. You would see them at the video stores that would sell them. You would see them at Barnes & Noble, Borders Books. Every single place would have this, especially also if they then sold like the yoga mats or the workout mats next to them, or the string, the rubber band resistance bands, all these different things, the little weights. You'd have Jillian Michaels tie-ins for all of these different things to be paired completely with the DVD set.
Yeah.
So they all go together.
Also, when I found that one at the thrift store, I did laugh because it's called Yoga Meltdown.
I know, which is
And
when
I
I
was
think
like,
of yoga.
been there, sister, been there.
When
You've
I
never
think-
been alone in your thoughts and in vinyasa and been like, I'm going to have a yoga meltdown right now.
It's also, when I think of yoga, I think of melting down.
Yeah, hot yoga. Is it
And
Bikram?
Bikram yoga. Yeah, but real quick, before we go a little bit deeper into this, when it comes to working out, we're not saying don't work out.
No, I love
know.
working out.
I know, but I just want to be clear about that.
okay.
We're not saying don't work out. We're saying that the way she is pushing people is what sucks.
Yeah.
And like the bullying and the hatred of fat people and all this other different things, and how she is aiming her model, because part of it is also of what gets ratings.
Yeah.
And what gets seen?
Because people like to be angry. That's why Fox News works.
Yeah.
So Jillian Michaels publicly comes out in 2012.
Comes out as what?
The closet.
Oh, what closet?
She comes out as a lesbian.
Oh.
And so this is a quote from when she's coming out, right? She says, "Let's just say I believe in healthy love. If I fall in love with a woman, that's awesome. If I fall in love with a man, that's awesome. As long as you fall in love. It's like organic food. I only eat healthy food and I only want healthy love."
Okay.
I hated that so much.
I know. You hate
so much.
you hate the way they like to paint food as healthy or clean.
The clean. It's like this idea of like I'm only eating healthy or clean food because it inherently makes it so that other food is dirty. If you're like, oh, I only eat clean, then the other side of that coin is that there is then dirty food.
Yeah.
And so it's just like the way that she talks about food. Don't love it. From 2009, 2018, Michaels was in a relationship with a lady named Heidi. They adopted a 2-year-old daughter from Haiti. And in May 2012, Heidi gave birth to a son. And this is a fun fact I found out. And the only reason I really brought this up because her relationships really don't matter, right?
Yeah.
But Jillian wrote a pregnancy book called Yeah Baby, The Modern Mama's Guide to Mastering Pregnancy, Having a Healthy Baby and Bouncing Back Better Than Ever by Jillian Michaels. And as soon as I saw this, number one, she did not carry the child.
She's never been pregnant.
She's never been pregnant.
Yeah.
And also,
you've been pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to be clear about that. You're the expert in this situation as someone who has been pregnant. But imagine if I wrote a book about your pregnancy.
If you wrote a book called Yeah Baby, The Modern Mama's Guide to Mastering Pregnancy and Having a Healthy Baby and Bouncing Back Better Than Ever. It's the bouncing back better than ever.
Yeah.
That really, I was like, oh, like my skin crawled.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went and I looked at the reviews online, and there are some really funny reviews. My favorite one said that was just like, terrible advice. Advice is untenable. Clearly written by someone who's never been pregnant. Good smoothie recipes, though.
Good smoothie recipes?
And I was like, honestly, I'm deep in the smoothie game, so... That's the one thing she got right about parenthood is when you got a toddler, you're deep in the smoothies because you don't have time to eat anything else.
Yeah, this is incredible.
So her and her partner break up at some point, and now she's married to a different lady. And I didn't really look into her. Okay, here's the thing. I did look into her, but all I could tell is that whoever her new wife is, she never smiles on her Instagram. This woman never smiles. Even in their wedding photos, she doesn't smile. When they're at the White House, something a little foreshadowing, together, she doesn't smile. This woman never smiles. It's very Ally McBeal. So anyway, that's her new wife, the lady that doesn't smile.
Okay.
In 2010-ish, Jillian Michaels gets sued.
Oh.
And I think we should take a little break before we come back and talk about why she got sued.
All right.
Multiple times.
And we're back. And if you don't like hearing all those multiple ads, then please join us at Patreon at pearlmania500.net. You can join our $5 team lead level, and then you can get access to such things like Vibing with the Food Idiot, which is actually this week had a tie-in episode to this exact episode because Mrs. P read me a Reuben sandwich recipe.
Jillian's Reuben sandwich recipe.
By Jillian Michaels, which made me more upset than anything I've ever experienced in my entire life because I've never heard someone ruin a Reuben sandwich like that, with the exception
I will say that
of a restaurant in Indianapolis, Indiana.
I will say that the comments on Patreon, we made so many people upset with that recipe. They left their houses and went and bought Reuben sandwiches to eat them and heal.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're having a positive effect.
There's also an ASMR about me saying the word squelch in a way that is at the very end of that. Vibing with the Food Idiot. We also do the after party on there, which is where we react to your YouTube and Patreon comments about every single episode. So you can see the best comments or the worst comments.
A lot of the worst comments.
We
sometimes.
grab them and we react to them back to you guys. So it's a hyperbolic chamber of just content and reactions. Pearlmania500.net. Join us $5 today.
Okay, so anyway, 2010. Jillian Michaels gets sued in a class action lawsuit for false advertising with the marketing of Jillian Michaels Maximum Strength Calorie Control. So these are some pills. Hold on, let me put them up on the screen for you.
Okay.
That she claimed would promote weight loss by only taking 2 pills before a meal, and it would make you not as hungry.
I remember seeing these.
Yeah.
I remember because like it was
that
like
one, calorie control.
Yeah, calorie control. I don't remember if it was like GNC had
Yes.
a poster. Was it GNC had a
Yeah.
poster for him? Because this is around 2010, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is when I was a mall cop.
Yep.
And there would be like we had a GNC in the mall.
Yep.
And I remember walking past this fucking poster all of the time and being like, why is that lady the maddest Uncle Sam I've ever seen?
Yeah.
Because she's pointing into it like, I want you to lose weight.
She's pointing, but it's mostly about her low-waisted goddamn yoga capris.
I also
As
like
someone with hips, you don't understand. They're the worst.
I also like that they clearly used Photoshop to change the pants from black to white in some of these.
Yeah.
Because it's the same shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So again, the idea of those pills, the calorie control, was that you would take some pills before you ate, and then you wouldn't be as hungry. I guess they were Metamucil. Anyway, they weren't. The case was dismissed, but here's the thing: as I was reading the lawsuit, I'm like, this woman screams in people's faces. She screams on the internet. She screams on her DVDs and in her books that you need to work out to lose weight. So why the fuck are you selling pills?
Yeah.
Why are you selling pills to reduce someone's hunger? That is against what you say, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, she gets sued again
Okay.
for false advertising for her fat burner pills. Here's another bottle of pills. Let me show you those.
All right, let me take a look.
So, yep, it's the same bottle. It's the same box. But these are fat burner pills.
Oh, this is the white pants versus the black pants.
Yeah.
Okay, now I see the difference. Calorie control versus fat burner.
Calorie control, that's you eat them before your meal, and then you feel full, so you don't eat as much. Now, fat burner is the ones that we were like speed. You know what I mean?
Stacker 2.
Stacker 2s. These are basically Stacker 2s.
I remember Stacker 2.
So she gets sued because they don't work, and she gets sued for false advertising. Then she gets sued again for this other bottle of pills that she sells that are called Triple Process Total Body Detox and Cleanse. Again, it's the same box, same picture.
No, this is crazy. It's literally the same thing. She just keeps changing the title.
Yeah, and she's changing what's inside. So I wanted to read you about this specific one, the Triple Process Body Detox and Cleanse. What a name.
I love anytime somebody says detox, I instantly know that we're in Whoeyville.
We're gonna be shitting ourselves.
But it's always a detox.
Yeah.
It's always a detox, and it's always we're getting detox, and we're gonna cleanse. And I'm like, okay, you mean sober up?
Yeah.
Because that's really what you mean half the time. It's just like we're gonna drink water for a few days.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bummer.
It's gonna suck.
Because Diet Dr. Pepper's so much better.
Yeah, okay.
So she gets sued for $10 million for, quote, actively and fraudulently conspiring to hide the alleged dangers of the product. The pills said they would, quote, reduce belly bloat, increase energy, and reduce body waste buildup, support the colon and digestive system, support the liver's natural detoxification process, and make you feel lighter and more energized. These are going to make you shit yourself. She's describing diarrhea.
Yeah. That's the detox. That is the detox.
That's the cleanse.
Yeah, the cleanse and detox is always just diarrhea and douches.
Yeah.
We did this last year when we talked about, I think, the Kellogg's.
Yep.
And all those different guys. Like half the time, I don't know why, all workout stuff inherently ends up coming out of your butt.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why I don't believe in stuff like detox and cleanse. I believe in stuff like Kratom.
No.
Drink Kratom.
No.
Kratom?
Put that bottle down.
No.
It's not about how you pronounce it. It's about
how you get
it
in.
That.
Okay, there is 2 servings in this, all right? And I've lost this much weight by taking all of the Kratom. Drink Kratom. Suck dick behind a gas station.
Whoa! According to the suit, several of the ingredients included in this product, such as Irish moss powder, bearberry, and Chinese rhubarb, can be harmful to your health.
Okay, so hold on. Slow down.
Okay.
Calm down. What? What did you just say to me? It sounded. Hold on. I just want you to know that if I was playing Dungeons and Dragons, and the DM said, and then you came across Irish moss powder, bearberry, and Chinese rhubarb, I would be like, you're lazy and you're using ChatGPT to write your game.
This is well before ChatGPT.
Yeah? Wait, what the fuck is Irish moss powder?
I don't know. Something she put in these pills to make it so that you would detox and cleanse. The lawsuit alleged that the Irish moss caused, quote, gastrointestinal ulcers, and that bearberry is known to cause nausea and vomiting, and that Chinese rhubarb has, quote, a harsh laxative and dangerous diuretic effect that can cause irreversible liver damage. And the supplement as a whole, quote, might kill you. That was from TMZ. I'm just saying that wasn't my words.
That was TMZ.
That was TMZ.
Hold on, wait. The supplement might what? Say again. The supplement might what?
Your supplement, your what?
No, the supplement might what?
Kill you.
Allegedly.
Oh.
There we go.
So in February 2011, Jillian Michaels starts a weekly podcast. Maybe the microphones are too cheap. She starts a podcast called Keeping It Real with Jillian Michaels.
Oh, no.
And guess what?
Yeah?
Her podcast won the best new audio podcast category for Apple on iTunes.
Oh, really?
Anyway, like and subscribe and give us 5 stars because
Please.
if Jillian Michaels gets these positive reviews on her podcast, we need good reviews. Subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment, y'all.
I cannot. It's one of the best new audio. I didn't even know Apple had a podcasting award. They must have got rid of it.
They got rid of it because
when
Jillian Michaels just kept winning.
Well, I think it's more because they're like, oh no, I've discovered what we've done.
Yeah. Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, let's see. I'm just trying to see. Oh, she's from Club Random Studio.
Don't skip ahead. Put down your phone.
I came here to see if she has ratings, how many ratings she has. She has worse ratings than us.
Yeah.
Which is great. That makes me happy.
Good. Now put your phone down.
But I know I literally learned something immediately when I saw Club Random.
How dare you?
I'm sorry that I spoiled the episode for myself.
Spoiler alerting. In 2016, I'm skipping ahead a couple years. In 2016, Jillian Michaels stated that President-elect Donald Trump's running mate, Mike Pence, was, quote, the -- anti-gay politician in the country right now.
And that was true.
That was true.
At the time, yeah. Mike Pence, who was the governor of Indiana, was he was against gay marriage, all these different things. And remember, gay marriage only became legal in 2015 with the Obergefell v. Hodge, the Obergefell ruling by the Supreme Court, which, guess what, everybody? They are looking at maybe revisiting
because
soon.
That bitch Kim Davis with her bump it in.
They keep bringing that bitch out of storage,
God,
and I don't understand how Kim Davis. I don't know what Kim Davis has been doing for the last 10 years.
Just growing her ugly hair and getting another divorce.
Yeah, that's all she does.
Bitch is always talking about the sanctity of marriage because she's had 4 of them.
Yeah.
Babe,
I don't want to hear.
You're not the person to talk about this.
She's known as the Eiffel Tower of Kentucky.
Whoa!
Because how often does Kim Davis get it at both ends? I don't know, but it's probably a lot more than the average person. That is my opinion and a joke that I'm writing here.
This is a comedy podcast.
This is a comedy podcast, and we tell jokes, and sometimes we read the tea of some bitches out there because it's called Too Many Tabs. But yeah, so Jillian Michaels in 2016, like a lot of people, were like, hey, this Donald Trump guy and his vice president Michael Pence, they're bad, they're bad for gay, and they're bad for the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
The LGBTQ plus community. Okay, I just want to just make sure that we got all the letters in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So also in 2016, she releases a clothing line at Walmart.
Okay.
Called Impact.
Ugh.
Now here's a quote from the release, the press release that was sent out, right? The line is built around workout capris. You bitch. Stop selling low-waisted workout capris. Anyway,
she loves them. That's her thing.
Low-waisted workout capris, sports bras, pullover hoodies, tanks, leggings, and t-shirts. Clothing features include moisture wicking and quick-drying properties, flat lock stitching, reflective details, and stretch fabrics, period. Then it says, plus sizes and accessories will be added soon.
Wow.
So she didn't. This is a thing. This is a thing that people get so mad about, and I agree with. She didn't have plus sizes already in the range when it released. So she just did, quote, standard sizes, even though It's a workout line. Even though she is targeting overweight people, she still doesn't want to dress them in her clothing to have her name on the t-shirts and logos.
On their bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a bitch move.
Which is not what Richard Simmons did.
No.
Richard Simmons is like, I want everyone to work out no matter what your size, and I want you to be able to be comfortable working out. And that's the thing in general. That's one of the things that always drives me crazy. And actually, right around the time of 2016, which brings us into the Reddit of it all.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you know about the subreddit Fat People Hate.
No.
So that was an early psyop by people like Steve Bannon and like others.
Okay.
Where it's around Gamergate, around that entire time. It was on Reddit, they wanted to make a hate sub.
Okay.
And they realized we can hate fat people.
Yeah.
And what they did is they went and created this thing where they could just mock fat people who are working at the gym, fat people existing, all these different things. And they took all of the racism and bigotry, misogyny, and all these different things, and they just crafted it and tweaked it slightly to be about fat people. The stuff you're hearing right now about clankers and robots, all of that is just reworked racism, except, we're just doing it about robots. No, what you're doing is you're tricking a generation of people into being okay with activating their hate muscles. Mm-hmm. And then one day you're going to take away that thing. So in this case, it was fat people. And then you're going to aim it at trans people. Yep. You're going to aim it at immigrants. You're going to aim it at gay people, women's, black people, all these different people. And then they're already used to working out this one way. Yeah. Now they're going to work out another. And with Jillian Michaels, what she knows and what she's been targeting this entire time, which is she wants fat people to feel bad. Mm-hmm. But if they actually are seen in public working out at a gym, then she wants them to be mocked. Yes. That's what she's putting out into the universe, is they should be mocked so that way they'll want to work out harder. However, we all know human processes, which is why would I go to a place to feel bad? Yeah. So if I'm an overweight person who physically already feels bad about my body and I go to the gym and I see a series of gym bros staring at me pointing, or I see people pull out their phone and start to record me so I can end up on a subreddit somewhere, or I can end up on an Instagram account of people making fun of me without me ever even fucking know it, why would I ever go there? And then Jillian's response is, well, use my DVD and start at home. Yeah. This is why the home workout was being pushed so much. So you won't feel comfortable about going to the gym and maybe finding an actual personal trainer that fits for you. Mm-hmm. Who might actually be able to be like, hey, you're trying to do too much too early. Yeah. We're going to slowly, this is a 6-month process.
Or you might make a friend.
Or you might make a friend. Ugh. And instead now, stay home, work out, listen to a podcast, get pipelined by fucking incels, and then slowly they're going to tell you to join their Patreon at pearlmania500.net. And then you need to buy their merch, which comes in many different sizes.
We hit all the sizes. I made sure that every size offered, we offered.
We offer.
Okay?
There we go.
And lots of colors that I picked out.
And lots of colors.
And I would never, ever sell low-waisted capri workout pants.
That's the line. I love how after all of the brand stuff that we've done that you've tricked me and forced me into, where I'm like, I don't know about this. But if I came to you, I'd be like, all right, well, we're going to have you sell a line of low-waisted capri. You'd be like, no!
Absolutely
my
not.
Ethics! Yeah. My ethics!
My morals.
My
morals.
With summer coming near an end, I've been looking into my wardrobe a little bit more and trying to make some edits and decisions, which is why I'm happy to tell you about our sponsor this week, Quince. Why drop a fortune on clothing staples when you don't have to? Quince has so many good options at better prices than you're going to find at those brick and mortar stores. We're talking about classic fits with high quality fabrics at prices that won't break the bank, with cashmere or cotton sweaters from just $50, classic denim pants, and breathable flow knit polos. Your wardrobe's getting an upgrade. I'm wearing one of the flow knit Henleys right now in the short sleeve version.
Looks very
But they
handsome.
also have it. Thank you very much. They also have it in long sleeve versions. I have a 3/4 zip and more. I also really like some of the looks of the pants that they got on there.
I'm excited to get a couple of sweaters for the fall.
I know, and they also have some really good gloves and things, especially when you get into the wintertime. But Quince works directly with top artisans and cuts out the middlemen, so you get luxury pricing without the crazy markup. Keep it classic and cool with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/TMT for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/TMT. to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/TMT.
And so we've established.
Yes.
She rich.
Jillian
She
Michaels
very
has
successful off the back of bullying overweight people.
Yes, and the one thing I will say is we believe, we don't know the exact number. We don't know the exact number because she got sued so many times. But I would say that she probably has enough money at this point that she doesn't need to work again.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain level of money
she could like live simply. You know?
You could just have a good life.
Yeah.
You could have a good life and you could be out there with your kids in a nice house and always be able to afford your property taxes for the rest of your and probably your kids' life.
Yeah.
That's the amount of money I'm going to assume she has.
Yeah.
I don't know what that dollar amount is.
But have you ever considered that you still need attention all the time? Anyway, so
I have considered
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I have considered that I still need attention all the
yeah,
time.
I know you
Okay,
have.
That's why I need to be skinny.
Yeah, to get the attention. So, okay, we've established her success. We've talked about The Biggest Loser. So let's say, what's she doing now with her podcast, right? Michaels recently, I'm using recently kind of like vaguely, right?
Okay.
Recently formed a partnership with Bill Maher's Club Random to expand her audio podcast.
Oh my God, what?
I know, you're shocked.
I'm shocked. I'm so shocked that she would. The Random Club Random is Bill Maher.
So here's the thing. She talks a lot about the whole clean eating and the organic eating across the board. I found it everywhere in every book and DVD and all of her website stuff. Like she's obsessed with like clean eating and stuff like that. And a lot of her thought process is that like the GMOs and the pesticides and all that is what's causing cancer and making kids autistic. That whole thing.
Yeah.
That whole belief system, right? And like we've had this discussion. I agree that we should not be pumping maybe as much pesticide on our food, right?
Yes, 100%.
It's probably not great that we're
Yes.
eating chemicals like this, right? But the way that she goes about it, I don't think is the proper way to go about it. Like seeking help with this specific administration
Yes.
to fix the problem seems like the bad choice. And I'm going to prove I'm probably right about it because here's a clip from this Instagram where she's talking to, again, the head of the EPA, and she presents her case, which I think it's a valid argument about regulating the way that our American food is processed through and how the Environmental Protection Agency could help, right? And so this guy listens to her, and his response tells me everything I need to know.
When I look at the reasons that I might have nodules on my thyroid, or I might have little white matter lesions on my brain, or God forbid I get cancer in the next 10 years, I promise you it won't be a lack of exercise or eating salad. So it's the crap that you, to be fair, not to lay this at your feet, are solely responsible for that I think is going to make the biggest difference, because the most responsible person cannot mitigate this toxic load in a significant enough way. Yeah. It's in the water, it's in the air, it's in everything we package our food in. So I think it's just in this report, is there anything that will facilitate your ability to remove some of that crap? That really is the question.
Yeah. She cuts it off there. She doesn't even show him answering it on her own Instagram. And famously, the EPA deregulated every single safety net that existed as soon as this guy was installed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to talking to the wrong guy, speaking on to the ears that aren't listening.
Yeah.
I was like flabbergasted.
Well, it's the reason why is, so what she's saying there is not wrong.
I know.
What she's saying there is not wrong, because we can't mitigate. You can't mitigate what is going to be poured into your river where your drinking water comes from, and it's poured into the air if you have a power plant down the street or any of these different places. Or like maybe if you live in Memphis, Tennessee, and you have the Twitter AI factory that's down the road.
Yeah, poisoning all of your water.
And doing even noise pollution from these different places.
Yeah.
All those different things, which all should be covered by the EPA, all of that. She isn't wrong about that, but also her asking the questions for her audience makes her audience feel like this man is actually dealing with it. And so when she cut it off at him saying, yeah,
but
she cut it off at him saying, yeah, her audience has now heard enough.
Yeah.
Jillian went, she spoke truth to power. They didn't fucking listen. They didn't do anything about it. But now they're not going to think about the fact that Lee Zeldin is pouring cancer into their drinking water.
Yeah.
And that Lee Zeldin is going to sit back with all of the different board of directors from across Wall Street and destroy our fucking neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Because she's there to wash it for them.
So, okay, and then I kept scrolling.
Okay.
And I found this video of her with Bill Maher. And she's telling him all about how fluoride in the water is bad. And she's defending RFK Jr. for working to remove fluoride from the water. Mr. Third, can we put up a picture of RFK Jr. swimming in the contaminated water of Rock Creek, despite it being banned because of the bacteria levels? That's a guy I trust with water. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I found this video of her talking to this Benny Johnson guy.
Yes.
And I don't know who that is.
Okay, so real quick.
Wait, okay.
Real
Wait,
funny.
No, I'm really excited.
Okay. I need to tell you who Benny Johnson is.
Okay.
So Benny Johnson, did you do any research about him at all?
No.
Okay, so Benny Johnson famously used to work at BuzzFeed.
Oh, okay.
So he worked at BuzzFeed back in the day, back when everybody was screaming about BuzzFeed being too woke.
Yeah.
Right? When they're always complaining about manspreading and all the different shit. Benny Johnson got fired from BuzzFeed for plagiarism.
Okay.
He then did a hard right pivot.
As
and
one does.
He moved into becoming a MAGA grifter. He's also been tied in heavily with Turning Point USA. He was also in the report when all the stuff about Tim Pool and Dave Rubin and others came out about them taking Russian money through a secret backdoor to be able to push anti-Ukrainian propaganda. And also Benny Johnson has been accused of being bisexual and cheating on his pregnant wife with 19-year-old men at Turning Point USA events. I believe Milo Yiannopoulos has accused Benny Johnson of getting the back of his throat rocked by a guy in a closet while his pregnant wife looked for him at Turning Point USA events. That was a tweet that happened a few times. And it comes up all the time. Yashar Ali often makes little comments here and there about how everyone knows that Benny Johnson is, let's just say, the Nancy Reagan of the MAGA movement.
Throat goat.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I found this video of Benny Johnson.
Oh, and Benny Johnson was just, real fast. I'm sorry.
I know, I have it.
This week? Oh, go ahead.
So Benny Johnson was talking to her and about Jeffrey Epstein.
This is how you control a planet, right? You get compromising material on Bill Clinton. You get compromising material on Prince Andrew and many global leaders.
10,000 tapes worth, I guess.
That's right, and that's what they've admitted. That's what the federal law enforcement has admitted, that they've been staging a massive cover-up of this. And when the feds raided his Manhattan mansion, Epstein's, they found boxes of hard drives that were marked evidence, had yellow evidence tape wrapped around them, put there by Jeffrey Epstein. It was Jeffrey Epstein's evidence. They cracked his safe. They found bags of diamonds, multiple passports to different foreign countries. They'd never told us whom or where. And you could clearly see that this was obviously the operation. Now, here's the final interesting thing.
Okay.
Donald Barr has a son. That son's name is Bill Barr. Bill Barr was in charge of the Justice Department when Jeffrey Epstein was killed. It was, in fact, Bill Barr's handwritten report that told all of us that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself in a cell with some toilet paper and a bunk bed that was only 4 feet off the ground while he was supposed to be in solitary confinement when the cameras were switched off. Just happened to be, and all the guards fell asleep.
He worked for Donald Trump.
Yeah. So.
And he worked for Donald Trump. Bill Barr was hired by Donald Trump as a fixer to cover up the Russiagate scandal, and you were paid by fucking Russia. Benny Johnson, you throat-goated bitch. You fucking Alcatraz. This is the guy who wore the alligator Alcatraz hat.
Oh.
Who was like, oh my God, look, we have concentration camps and they have merch. That was this motherfucker.
Oh.
This dude is the ultimate fucking MAGA propagandist. Donald Trump fucking loves this guy. And here he is paying the entire thing. Oh no, there is a Donald involved. Donald Barr. No, it was Donald Trump. It was Donald Trump.
He has
and Jillian
the board
Maxwell.
for the audio listeners. He has the board for the audio listeners.
I have the board. I have the fucking board in my hand. Here's a picture of Benny Johnson wearing an alligator Alcatraz hat and telling his viewers to go buy it so more people would be wearing concentration camp merch as they go to the fucking beach, which we saw when we were at the fucking boardwalk.
Yeah.
We saw boardwalk t-shirt stores in fucking Delaware selling alligator Alcatraz merch. This is who this bitch is platforming. Jillian Michaels from The Biggest Loser is platforming Benny fucking Johnson to her people who, for the most part, just wanted to lose a couple pounds. They just wanted to know how to do a bicep curl properly because Jillian Michaels' training is the equivalent of a fucking Planet Fitness lunk who makes sure that they hit the fucking alarm when some big muscled steroid junkie drops a goddamn weight. That's who we have on here. That's why she's offering no pushback about the fucking Jeffrey Epstein list or the EPA or about fucking immigrants being locked up with no fucking due process. Oh my God, she is Joe Rogan. You're right.
I know. Also, this was posted on May 15th. Do you think that their opinions have changed?
About the Epstein list? Yeah, I know. This is
think-
back when they were still wanted to push the
Yes.
Epstein list. Now Benny Johnson doesn't want to talk about it at all.
He wants to talk about big balls.
Will the president consider giving the Presidential Medal of Freedom to big balls?
In Throat Goat Benny Johnson's world,
Yeah.
big balls.
Yeah.
Of course, Benny Johnson thinks
Loves big balls.
He hears about a 19-year-old guy named Big Balls, and he
showed
can't
up.
wait to just
He
shower
said,
him.
put me in a chair
Yep.
next to the podium.
I'll sit in the corner and I'll sit here and I'll talk all about Big Balls
So
because
listen.
my name is Benny Johnson.
Let's do a quick speed run through some of the other things I saw on the Instagram. real
Sure,
quick.
go ahead.
Okay, Russell Brand praying with her.
Oh, God damn it. That
and
rapist.
that Russell Brand's praying with her, and he congratulates her on her marriage to a strong man.
Wait, isn't she married to a woman?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like, I can just tell that a really strong man has to be married to you. And she's like, I'm married to a woman.
That's
it's incredible, honestly.
Amazing.
Megyn Kelly,
Of course.
Tony Robbins talking
course.
about border control.
What?
Dr. Phil talking about border control.
What?
Matt Walsh talking about how racism isn't real. And gays shouldn't be allowed to get married. They had a conversation about it.
That's incredible.
Her and Bill O'Reilly.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Her and Candace Owens.
Okay.
Candace Owens in her clip is talking about how Harvey Weinstein is innocent.
What the fuck?
Because the women that were brought in to testify against him couldn't recognize his very recognizable penis. An interview with Vivek Ramaswamy where he says that...
You got that so wrong.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
No, I know, but it's the way you said it. It's incredible.
Oh.
You actually pronounced it so wrong that I'm actually proud of you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because that man does not deserve respect after what Ann Coulter said to him, and he gave absolutely no pushback.
Yeah. So in her interview with him, he's talking about how people on Snap shouldn't be allowed to buy soda.
Oh, yeah, they're big on this one
And he's
right now.
framing it because it's bad for their health. So she actually asked him a pretty solid question about this, in which she's like, well, shouldn't we actually be looking at lobbying reform? Because she's like, the soda companies lobby the government to allow soda to be used by Snap. Right, so she's just kind of coming at it from a different angle.
Yeah.
Because she's like, lobbying is bad, and she's also like, big agriculture and big farm are always lobbying, and that's what she's against.
Yeah.
And he literally pivots. He does not answer. He is like, no, we can't ever talk bad about
lobbying.
Coca-Cola.
But more importantly, though, about lobbying.
Yeah.
Because he knows that if they were to go after lobbying, that they would be in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Because lobbying is how all of these massive corporations are able to control our government. And lobbying is where people like Vivek Ramaswamy and all these other politicians, like Lee Zeldin and others, are able to get kickbacks.
Yeah.
Lobbyists are the ones who buy them tickets to Washington football games. Lobbyists are the ones who put our Supreme Court justices on planes and take them on lavish trips.
You're just describing pharmaceutical reps.
It's 100%. Tying it right back to our Liver King episode.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what's crazy, and again, I want to tie this back a little bit again to your thesis at the beginning of this,
Yeah.
that she's just like Joe Rogan, because just like Joe Rogan, she is 75% of what they're saying is accurate.
Yeah.
And she's even accidentally coming to the right conclusions sometimes. She's being also used by people where I think it's also one of those things, she thinks she's using them.
Yeah.
And it's not how this works.
Yeah,
I think
she's not providing any pushback or follow-up questions.
She's not
the
Barbara
classic
Walters.
Rogan.
She's not a well-researched interviewer in these types of ways, and she's not used to being used like this.
Yeah.
And to realize that they are using her for her audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also does a really shitty duet with a video of Bill Burr where he says "Free Luigi," and then she gets all mad about Free Luigi, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure she said she hated like the big medical health insurance companies, but she's like, you shouldn't murder them. But I'm like, okay, babe, pick a lane. And then there's a video with her.
Yeah. Wait, you're pro insurance companies now? Pick one.
I don't know what
that's
we're
crazy. But also United Healthcare, like that CEO.
Also, like picking Bill Burr as an enemy of the pod. Never.
It's
Couldn't
fucking
be me.
insane.
Couldn't be me.
Insane. And real quick, Bill, I do have a bone to pick with you about going to the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
Oh, buddy.
But after scrolling through your wife's Instagram, you need the money.
Yeah.
So I saw
She deserves those vacations.
She deserves that trip to
Burr.
Lake Cuomo.
She lives with Bill Burr. She deserves the vacations.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. I should know.
Yeah, I know.
I should know. I want to open up with what I'm going to call hypocrite corner here. Okay, so I have an Instagram from quite a while ago.
Okay.
And here in this Instagram video I'm going to play you, she's going to say, I don't like cold plunges. Now, cold plunges is what Liver King told us we needed.
Yes, and it's what Joe Rogan does a lot.
Exactly.
Which we've shown his nipples too many times. Do not put his nipples up there again.
Put them up. Do it.
Really, what you need is to take a cold shower 2 to 3 minutes a day. You don't need a crazy ice bath. And in fact, extreme cold exposure can be counterintuitive.
Now we're going to show the next video that's from not too long ago, and see if she's holding the line. You know?
Okay, yeah, let's see.
This is her jumping in
get all the way in
cold
yet.
bath.
This is such a cool
with her affiliate link.
Yeah.
That she is selling, and I looked it up. I followed the link. I wanted to know how much is that cold bath that she's selling.
How much is the cold bath?
$20,000 is the starting price. $20,000 to have that cold bath put in your backyard.
But don't worry, she's showing off her tummy.
Always.
She's showing look how tight it makes your tummy.
Look at those low-waisted capris, that bitch. That's the same one Joe Rogan has.
Oh, it's the same one?
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact same
It's
one.
the exact same
It's
one.
the exact same
It's
model?
the exact same model.
Make
when
and
you
model.
go to their website, well, no, not the same model, because when you go to their website to look at these, when I was trying to figure out how much they cost, they talk about on their website how Joe Rogan had a custom model built, which starts at above $20,000 for the custom.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so this first one, it says 149 weeks ago. 149 weeks. So that's about 2 years. No,
Okay.
sorry, 3 years, because there's
3 years.
52 weeks in a year.
Okay.
So almost 3 years ago, she was like, cold
She's
plunge
like, you
is
don't
bad.
need, no, she didn't say, she said, you don't need a bath, guys. Just take a quick 2-minute shower.
Yeah, that does the same
save
thing.
the money. It'll help you get rid of whatever the thing is that they're saying gets rid of.
Gotcha. So
But-
33 weeks ago, you need a cold plunge.
$20,000 cold plunge bathtub.
Gotcha.
I call it hypocrite corner right there.
And can I tell y'all real quick, if you do want to do a cold plunge and you have a bathtub in your house, throw some ice cubes in that bitch.
Yeah.
Fill it up.
Fill it with cold water.
Fill it up with cold water. Drop some ice cubes in there.
You're not gonna catch me doing this.
No, you're not gonna catch us doing it.
That sounds terrible.
I don't like having a bad time, and I only have one life to live.
Exactly.
That's my view of everything.
Oh no.
I only have one life to live, and I don't like having a bad time. Why am I
in a cold bath?
Yeah, this is insane.
Okay, listen, I need to get to the crux of the issue.
Okay.
Which is, are you asking yourself, why did she pivot? Right? Like, what was the reason for this pivot to become the Lady Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
In my opinion, is that like, so she has all the fitness stuff. She's making all the money. She has
did
the
kickboxing.
app. She's getting paid by streaming services. She has all the things, right? Why is she pivoting? And so I have a video of her talking about why she pivoted on Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to play it for you right now.
So we have the female Joe Rogan speaking to the male Joe Rogan.
About why she decided she needed to pivot.
You could be healthy at any size. That psyop was in full effect.
That must have drove you crazy.
Oh, I was completely unraveling. People ask me, like, what happened? You were a good liberal.
You're still a good liberal. If you go back to the old definition.
I haven't changed.
She called health at any size a psyop. Health at any size was her line in the sand, according to her. Also, further into this episode, she does like get real turfy too.
Yeah,
so
about trans people.
About trans people.
Yeah.
So, health at any size was her line in the sand. Now, kidnapping children, taking away people's Medicare, nullifying the legality of her own marriage, not important. Health at any size.
Yeah, because she hates fat people. She hates fat people. She hates fat people, and she hates trans people, and that was more important to her. Leaning on that button was more important to her than anything else in her life.
Yeah, because if she can't make fat people feel deep shame for their body size, how can she profit off of it, right? And so that's what she says. She's like, health at any size is the reason, and trans people are the reason that she made this pivot. And also, I think she talks about in this. I think she moved to Texas, and then maybe Florida.
Yeah,
I don't know. She got out of California because California got too woke.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so
sure,
she
sure,
was
sure, sure.
born and raised California, but she moved because it got too woke.
Do you know? Did she say when she moved?
It was when they all did.
In
basically.
2020,
Yeah,
around
so-
2020
yeah, the
time.
same thing.
It's so crazy because they're all. It's. I didn't love White Lotus the
Yeah.
season we watched, and I know season 3. But that one lady who moved there and like, you didn't vote for Trump, did you? And she's like,
Yeah,
that face, the meme.
with her cunty little bob.
But that is so many of them.
Yeah.
So many of them. And then even what she and Rogan are claiming, no, we're still classically liberal. That's exactly what Tim Pool claims.
Yeah.
That's exactly what so many of these different guys claim. They all do the same thing. I didn't leave the left left me. No, it didn't. Progress happened, and you decided one day that you were done with progress, so you decided to conserve the year that you peaked. That is when you transitioned from being a progressive to a conservative. And the thing that annoys me with all these fuckers, especially like her, just fucking admit that's what you are now. That's the thing. You want to be a Nazi? Be a fucking Nazi. Put the goddamn armband on. Don't tell me that you're a race realist or that you're actually a traditional liberal or any of these fucking shits. You want to, oh no, I believe in people should be healthy. No, you hate fat people. I fucking just wear the goddamn label. There's no censorship on anything. The only thing that's been censored is that I can't talk about this fucking list on goddamn TikTok anymore. Mm-hmm. That's what's being censored. We can't talk about the music festival in LA, which is how people have to talk about protests now. We can't talk about martial law being declared in the nation's capital. We can't talk about any of this goddamn shit, but you got slight pushback. You got the tiniest cultural pushback that ended up showing up on your fucking balance sheet one day, Jillian Michaels, about your fucking fitness stepper empire. And you went, oh no, I might not be able to afford a 7th house. Oh no, I might not be able to go to Jeff Bezos' wedding without fucking blinking. You weren't even fucking invited. Fucking all of this bullshit is all because these fucking people felt that one day the line might slightly go down, so you panicked and became a fucking conservative. Stop pretending that you're a lib. You were only ever of the left because one day you realized you loved a woman. And then the only people that were against that were fucking conservatives. But guess what? The roadblock for you getting married got picked up. They cleared it out of the fucking street. And then you said, got mine, pull the fucking ladder up behind me. Let me go blame trans people. Let me go blame fucking fat people. Let me go blame all these goddamn people in my fucking life. Everybody the fuck else. Because now you thought that you were the equivalent of a straight white man in America. Well, guess what, baby? You're about to find out you're fucking not. That's what we're all seeing right now. You want to fucking believe me? Go be a Cuban for Trump right now, Jillian Michaels. You're a gay for Trump right now. How's that looking at? Here's Kim Davis. They give a shit more about Kim Davis than you with your fucking 8-pack abs. This fat bitch is standing there. Here's a picture of Kim Davis standing with our ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee. They give a shit more about her fucking opinion. You know why? She turns out more votes than you. She's tied to more fucking churches than you are, Jillian Michaels. Joe Rogan. You guys turned out just enough. You pushed them over the border in 7 fucking swing states. Well, guess what, baby? They don't need you anymore. Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Peter Thiel, all these fucking motherfuckers who are now going to put troops into our streets. You know what they did? They already got their nut. They already came. Why the fuck would they care about your opinion now? So they're going to have Carolyn Leavitt's going to have you come to the White House and talk about MAGA and all these other fun things to keep fucking stringing you fucking along as they make sure that they don't fucking ever need you again. Because why the fuck do they need your vote? Why do they need your audience? They have guns.
Well, I don't know how to follow that.
Go ahead. No, you can follow.
Well,
Here's the thing. I know you know how to follow it because you've been married to me long enough.
This is why me and Bill Burr's wife deserve vacation.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm going to perform at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. It's going to be me and Andrew Schultz doing a live recording of the Flagrant podcast. I'm fucking serious.
I know he is. I think the blood money cashes check stronger over there, right? I don't know how it works.
It's not blood money. It's blood crypto now. All right, let's all face it. All right, it's impossible to get blood on crypto because it's digital. It exists in the cloud. There's never been blood in clouds before, except that time it rained blood in Egypt.
No. So what I was thinking is when you were yelling about your rant right there is the subtle pushback, the slight pushback,
The slightest.
was she made a comment that people shouldn't hold Lizzo in high esteem for body positivity. Because again, when Lizzo first came out was around the time of health at any size.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lizzo famously was a vegan. She was working out all the time. She was on tour. She was healthy at her size. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Jillian Michaels got on some interview, I don't remember where it was, but was like, I don't think we should be putting her on a pedestal for the way her body looks.
Yeah.
She's like, I like her music, but I don't think we should like her for her body.
Yeah.
And she got what? Pushback.
Yeah.
People were like, fuck you. Don't talk about Lizzo that way.
The same thing with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Dave Chappelle. When Dave Chappelle, I just talked about this on the Bituation Room. When Dave Chappelle came back to stand up after all those years, he did a stand-up comedy special. It's an hour long. He had a one joke in there about meeting a trans person.
Yeah.
Everyone loved 58 minutes of that special. There were 3 tweets and 1 article about, I don't know, that trans joke kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that again, Dave. But we love the rest of the special. And Dave, like all stand-up comedians, flipped the fuck out. He was like, you're the one person. And instead of listening to the millions and millions of people that enjoyed the special, all these different things, he got the slightest pushback and made that his entire fucking personality. And now we're on what? Year 7 of Dave Chappelle screaming out trans people. Yeah. And here we are. She said a little thing about Lizzo, and we're on year how many of fucking Jillian Michaels on Club Random with Bill Maher screaming about fat people. But that's the thing about Lizzo is proven, like, Lizzo's concerts were exhausting. If you watch what she was doing, it didn't make sense. Which, to Jillian Michaels' other point about the RFK's points and the Maha people's points about our food and how our bodies are able to process it, there is clearly something there in the industrialization of our agriculture, of our food, of the chemicals that are being poured into our river systems, into our air, and all these different things. And yes, we haven't wanted to talk about that because of lobbyists who, yes, they have lobbied both sides of the government, but it's crazy how much more they've lobbied the right side of it than the left.
Yeah.
Meaning that the left side has had to constantly be on the defensive about this, which is why they've split the Democratic Party, which is like 50-50 on fucking everything.
Yes. Anyway, I think the pushback from Lizzo was the catalyst, right? And I think that's where she started drawing the line in the sand of healthy at any size. And she's like, I got to pivot. If these people think that they can be healthy at any size, how am I going to sell my app? Yeah. Right? But then the bomb came in. The bomb dropped. Because I believe, in my opinion, that the real reason for this hardline pivot to the right was because her enemy number one, above all vaccines and GMO peppers, came out. Ozempic.
Oh.
It made her shilling obsolete.
Oh.
And I believe that this sent her fully over the edge into... Now, I think she's been a quack the whole time. She's been selling diet pills and protein powders and all this shit.
Yeah.
So in my mind, she's been a quack. But I think this is when Ozempic started popping off and people were like, oh, there's this drug that can help me. She knew she wouldn't have the ability to shame fat people anymore.
Yeah.
And so here's a post where we can see her vitriol hatred of Ozempic. I want to play it for you real quick.
I'm not a fan of using drugs like Ozempic to help facilitate weight loss. I wish it was an easy way out. If it was, I would tell you to take it. Number one, you will plateau on these drugs. Somewhere between weeks 68 and 72, people plateau on them, which brings you right back to where you are now, needing to find alternative ways forward to lose weight or maintain weight loss. Number 2, you can never get off the drugs. What does this even look like, being on this drug forever? Insurance is going to stop paying for it. It's expensive, and it has a host of side effects.
Immediately, I'm pissed, okay?
Yeah.
Because the host of side effects bitch, I recall you getting sued 3 times for diet pills.
For Irish
3
moss.
different types of diet
There
pills.
was Chinese rhubarb in it.
Yeah.
Like,
that
like,
we were
but-
gonna
but-
shit. Your TMC said we were gonna die.
Yeah, from shitting ourselves to death from your pills.
And so she sure sells a lot of unregulated pills
Mm-hmm.
with her 6-pack on display on the boxes. But people going to their medical care provider to get a prescription that was discovered in 1986 and has been around and tested since 1997 is a problem.
Yeah, which it was a medication that was Ozempic.
Yeah.
And a lot of these was a medication that was originally designed to help people with diabetes.
Yes.
Who had especially diabetes that came from weight.
Yeah.
And they discovered that it had other properties to it, and then they've been working on it. The same way, ironically, Viagra, which is there's chewable forms of it from places like Blue Chew.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Fuck
Enemy
them.
of enemy.
Enemy of the pod.
Somebody pointed out, by the way, a while ago, we called the podcast bros Blue Chewers.
Yeah, the Blue
So when
Chewers.
Blue Chewers like Jillian Michaels here is screaming about other medications, Viagra was originally designed as a heart medication because
Yeah.
it's supposed to help your blood system.
Yeah.
I forget the word because we're not doctors.
Ventricles.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But your system pushed the blood through.
Yeah.
And what is a boner if not blood being pushed through an organ of the body?
Yep.
That's all it is. And like everything she's saying in this is woo-woo garbage. And in fact, what she's saying about Ozempic, first thing, I love the way she framed it this way.
Yeah.
You'll in 68 to 72 weeks.
Don't know
you'll
where she got that
plateau.
number from.
72 months. She
Yeah.
said. Did you say months or did she say weeks?
I don't know.
Somewhere between weeks 68 and 72.
That is a year and 4 months.
Yeah.
So in a year and 4 months, you'll plateau.
And by plateau, I think she means hit your goal weight.
Yeah, you reach a sustainable weight.
I don't know.
But but Jillian, if we follow your method,
Yeah.
we should also plateau because eventually we will hit our goal weight
Yeah.
and want to maintain that.
Yeah.
Like again, we're not going to infinitely lose weight forever. Like that's how you're.
You can't tell her that because she's been on a diet since like 1991.
Oh, I was going to say she's anorexic.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
Well,
hold
that
on.
was allegedly, we don't know that.
In my opinion.
When she was ranting about Ozempic and how bad it is, I looked at the copy, like the written word underneath the video, the copy, and I realized it was an ad for this company called Healthy Wage. What do you think Healthy Wage is?
I would think it's a nonprofit that is pushing to raise the minimum wage in Pennsylvania from $7.25 an hour to $15.
Okay. So you would think like maybe $15 an hour would be a healthy wage?
Yeah, I think that'd be a healthy wage.
Okay. It's actually a website where you can bet on your own weight loss.
What?
So basically what it is you sign up for
Wait,
this.
she's doing DraftKings for your fat ass?
Yeah, she is, baby.
It's
Because
fat ass
she's
DraftKings?
Joe Rogan as a lady.
Oh my God.
And it's called Healthy Wage. So I want to reiterate that when I started this episode, I was talking a lot about how I think, in my opinion, Jillian Michaels is just like Joe Rogan in that she lulls people into a specific thought process. They're like, oh, I'm here for a comedy podcast. And then suddenly they get pipelined.
Yeah.
But for her, it's like, oh, I'm here for delicious looking meal plans and weight loss.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we're pipelined,
Yeah.
right? And so I want to show you her website. Okay, Jillian Michaels, the fitness app, that's her website.
Whoa.
So it's
I just opened it up and she immediately did a push-up right in my
yeah,
face.
Dude. Her website's really nice. It's a really nice website,
Yeah.
right? So just scroll down. And
This is the website of a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say.
We have beautiful looking food under her custom meal plans.
Yep, they look good.
And so this is all on the app. You can get all these good. And then we have meditation, mindfulness, sleep. Aesthetically, this is a very pleasing website.
Yeah, here's community, tracking, music.
Yep.
Music?
Music, yeah. So you can listen to her playlist to work
Okay.
out. So then at the top of the thing, you see transformation. So again, more before and after pictures. Her blog, which is, just gobbling up SEO and is just like recipes and shit. And then we have actual recipes. Her forums, which you can't get into unless you log in and pay for the trial. Now, podcasts. Click on podcast.
Clicking on podcast. There's a picture of her keeping it real with Jillian Michaels.
Scroll down.
Scrolling down.
What's that say?
Wait, what does that say? Does that say CIA regime changes? Epstein? Snowden? What the fuck is happening right here?
Exactly. She lulls you in with a sense of, we're just doing crunches and we're meditating and blah, blah. And then once you click on her podcast, it's all of the horrors we just described on her Instagram.
This episode she just has that came out very recently. How blue cities collapse. California's warning to America. Yeah. What the fuck? Piers Morgan Unfiltered. I'm just looking at her Spotify right now.
Yeah.
Because that was the easiest one to access. This is crazy.
And this is why I think she's part of the healthy, crunchy pipeline, right? Like she gets the healthy, crunchy people in, and then she talks to them about GMOs and organic food and how they need to like be healthy because there's so many toxins and everything.
Listen to this one. You're not free. Here's the proof with Keith Knight. Jillian sits down with Keith Knight, author of The Domestic Imperialism, to unpack how the United States, once the beacon of liberty, has quietly transformed into an empire that rules its own people. Knight argues that global elites and entrenched bureaucrats have hijacked the system, using domestic policy as a weapon to control citizens, enrich themselves, and erase the very principles that this country was founded on. Yeah, the president of the United States...
Yeah.
Donald Trump, the guy you're supporting. Are you fucking kidding me?
Man.
We're literally invading ourselves.
Well,
oh my God.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, in 2024, Michaels constantly discussed her backing and belief in Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and his presidential campaign, praising his views on chronic health. And in a reversal of her prior comments regarding Trump, Michaels announced that she had voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election.
And nobody's shocked because she herself got pipelined the same way she is pipelining her people. Because just like Joe Rogan, just like Theo Von, just like Andrew Schultz and all these other different guys, RFK was the back door to get all of the crunchies and the loonies and all this different stuff onto the Trump train.
Yeah.
Because if you go back to late 2023, go back to early 2024, you look at all of them and look at how RFK Jr., when he was running for president, especially as a Democrat and doubled down as an independent, his way of running for president was to do podcast tours.
Yep.
So he showed up on all of these podcast tours repeatedly. He did Rogan a bunch of times. He did all these fucking people. And the reason why was it was a very safe way for people like Joe Rogan, Theo Von, Andrew Schultz, and Jillian Michaels to talk about the politics, because it's the number one thing that's happening, to talk about the 2024 election, but to have literally a quack on, to have a joke, to have him sitting right there. And he could still talk about politics and his views and everything, but he wasn't going to actually do anything. He's the backup quarterback. Everyone's favorite player was RFK Jr., the backup quarterback. And as long as he was the independent candidate or he was running in the Democratic primary where he was clearly not going to beat Joe Biden, then that was fine because that dog was never going to catch the bumper of that car. But once he joined Donald Trump, once he showed up on that stage with the sparklers flying and shook each other's hands, once Make America Healthy Again hats started pouring out of the merch stores, every single one of these people, from Joe Rogan to Jillian Michaels, had to line up and support Donald Trump, or else the last 18 months of their lives where they've been platforming RFK Jr. and saying he's a genius and saying he's the only person that can save us from chronic illness and all these other different things, and we need to make him the president. Well, him accepting the consolation prize of the Health and Human Services Secretary, RFK Jr. being put in charge of the vaccines, RFK Jr. being put in charge of the FDA, RFK Jr. being put in charge of our hospitals and our food systems and all these other things. Well, that's exactly what he wanted anyway. He just won't be in charge of the nukes. He just won't be in charge of the military. He just won't be in charge of the tariffs and all these other different things. He won't be in charge of the concentration camps and ICE and the FBI and the DEA and the lists and then Google making sure that you have to upload your driver's license to YouTube and so many more things, folks.
Uh-oh.
And suddenly Mecca, Hitler is asking
Alex
you.
Jones.
Suddenly Mecca Hitler is there.
Hey, look at me.
But all of them got pipeline, babe.
Yeah.
All of them did. And now here we are at the end of the funnel. And every funnel, as we know, just ends up pouring anti-Semitism down your throat. And now here we are with Jillian Michaels supporting a genocide and telling everybody that's not going to be that bad as they invalidate her marriage for this fat bitch. Why don't you hate? You should be hating Kim Davis, Jillian Michaels. She's fat.
Yep.
She hates your marriage and she's fat. Follow us everywhere, like, subscribe, and here is a great video if you want to ever check it out to find out more of the things we scream about